you're under contract, can the seller cancel on his own terms?
Depending on where you are in that contract, right? So technically, no. You can, a seller, the minute you get ratified, you can't cancel from the seller side. But if you're within the contingency of the buyer, if the buyer is in contingency, as long as you gain agreement from the buyer saying, hey, yeah, I want to cancel because blah, blah, blah. But if the buyer wants to stick in, which I've been down that road, and the seller does not want to cancel, we went into litigation for that one. Well, actually, not litigation. We went to mediation, arbitration, and then it did not go to litigation, but we won. So from experience, I will tell you, seller cannot cancel. You're locked in. And they can refuse not to sign and not to sell. Then you go based on the RPA or the Residential Purchase Agreement of California forms, it's CAR forms. It will require the seller and buyer to go to mediation. And then in mediation, you get an attorney, an appointed attorney, to describe what the buyers did, what the sellers did, and all you realtors that love to be realtors, make sure all your documents are on point, dot your I's, cross your T's, and what do I say, AATIKA? Make sure you sign on time, deliver those documents on time, because if you don't, and it lapses or it's not within 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever it is, then you miss some windows, and it's probably not going to be, it's not going to, you're not going to have a leg to stand on in mediation. That's why it's really, really important to meet those disclosure timelines. And then at that point, the attorney that gets assigned as the mediator that looks at both sides will say, okay, they delivered all their documents. The buyer delivered all their documents on time. They delivered, they communicated, they did all of this. And it clearly shows the seller refused to work with the buyer, denied communication, and then hire their own attorney, says, I'm not communicating with you anymore, right? So she thought she was going to win. She didn't end up winning. We ended up winning. She ended up paying payout.